Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the one sample z-test, one sample t-test and two sample z-test and two sample t-test. Before watching this video, please watch my z-test and t-test video. Once you will watch those video, after that you will watch this video, you will understand in a proper way. So let's start. What is the one sample z-test and what is the two sample z-test? So one sample z-test is that when we have a one data set, let this is your data set and this is your samples, and if we want to compare that this sample is belong to this data set, so how we will compare? We will compare the mean of this population, mean of the sample. So we can compare the mean of population and mean of samples. So this type of the problems we will solve by using the one sample z-test. And what is the two sample z-test? Two sample z-test is that when we have a two data set, two population, and if we compare the two data set, so for that we can compare the mean of population 1, mean of population 2. So we can compare the mean of these two data sets. So this type of the problem we solve by using the two sample z-test. And what is the difference between the one sample z-test and one sample t-test? Difference is same. In t-test we use when is less than 30 and standard deviation is not given, and z-test we use when the sample size is greater than or equal to 30 and standard deviation of population is given. So let's start by one example here. So before that, let's understand the what type of the formula we use in one sample z-test and two sample z-test. So there is one hierarchy I created to understand where we use the z-test, where we use the t-test. So if the sample size is greater than 30, if the sample size greater than 30, if the condition is yes, we use the z-test. If the sample size is less than 30 or this condition is not satisfied, we use the population variance to differentiate both things. If the population variance is unknown, then we use the t-test. If the population variance is known, we use the z-test. One sample z-test formula is that simple: z is equal to x bar samples mean minus population mean divided by sigma population standard deviation divided by root n is the number of samples. And two sample z-test, x1 minus x2, it means we have two samples, x1 minus x2 minus mu1 minus mu2, these are the population means, divided by under root sigma 1 square divided by n1 plus sigma 2 square divided by n2, and same for t-test. Here we only replace the sigma, we replace sigma with s, and the rest formula is same. So let's go back to our example. So let's understand by one example here. In a 12th exam, we have to verify the average score of the girls. Average score of the girls is higher than 700 and standard deviation of girls score is 100. It means this is your population standard deviation, and we selected 20 girls, and we randomly selected 20 girls, n is equal to 20, and we found that mean is 740, it means samples mean, and the confidence is 95%. So we have given x bar, it means the samples mean 740, number of the samples is 20, mu is equal to 700. This is your population means. Population mean is 700 and population standard deviation is 100. So we can use the z-test directly. Z-score we will get x bar minus mu divided by this sigma divided by again root n. If you will apply this, you will get this 1.877. So we need to calculate the z value corresponding to this alpha confidence interval. Confidence level is 95, so we can get alpha is equal to 1 minus 0.95. You will get this particular value. So we need to calculate the z value corresponding to this 0.05. So we can use the z table to get this particular value. You can find the z corresponding to 0.05. Here you can see 0.05. We will use the positive value 0.05. So it is coming alpha is equal to 0.05. We are getting the positive value, but we have to calculate the alpha corresponding to 0.05. It means left side. Okay, but critical value should be the positive value. So how we will calculate? Because Z always calculate correspond to the left side. Z value we will get the left side. So how we will calculate? We need to calculate the value corresponding to 1 minus 0.05. It means 0.95. So we need to calculate the Z value corresponding to 0.95. So here you can see that 0.95 we are getting corresponding to 95, this one, this 9495. So 9495 we are getting 1.6 and here 0.04. So 1.6 plus 0, it means 1.64. So we will get 1.64. So here we are getting this particular value. So our null hypothesis is that mu, it means average score, average population average should be less than or equal to 700 and alternate is greater than 700. So here you can see that this is your, so this is your critical region. This particular is your critical region. So critical region 1.64 Z value and the Z test 1.877. It means it is coming inside this particular critical region. So we will reject the null hypothesis. Same way, let's, if n is less than 10, if we want to solve this particular one sample test by using the one sample t-test, so in that case we will use less sample size. Let's n is equal to 10 and most and rest things are the same. Let's mu is equal to 700, x bar is equal to 742 and the standard deviation of the samples is 26.14. we are taking just for example. So h naught would be mu is less than or equal to 700 and alternate will be greater than 700. It is saying that verify the average score of girl is higher than 700. So if the average score is equal to 700 or less than, then we will say the null hypothesis is accepted. Otherwise the average score is greater than, we will reject the null hypothesis. So here x bar minus mu 742 minus 700 divided by sample standard deviation 26.14 divided by n is this. So if you solve you will get the 5.07. Same way we will get the t critical value, alpha is 0.05 and the df is the degree of freedom is 9. So if you will use the t table you will get this particular value 1.833, 0.05. if you will use the t table 0.05, this is your one tail test. So we will use alpha is equal to 0.05. So you will get degree of freedom, you will get 0.05, 1.753, 1.753, 1.753. It means t, this is your critical, t corresponding to critical value 1.753 and t correspond to test we are getting the 5.07. it means it is coming inside the critical region. So we will reject the null hypothesis. Let's understand the second case, two sample Z test and two sample t test. Let's we want to know whether the girls candidate in 12th grade exam will get an average score 20 marks more than the boys. We know the standard deviation for girls score is 200 and for boys score is 190. Then we collect the random samples of girls 20 girls and 20 boys and get the means of girls score is 741 and boys means is 720 and the significance level is given 0.05. So xg, it means samples of the girls is giving sample mean 741 is given here. Okay, this is given. X boys mean is 720, this is also given. Alpha 0.05, this is also given. Now standard deviation of population, it means girls, 20 marks, and standard deviation of boys is 19, and the sample size for both is 20. Here you can see the random samples, 20 girls and 20 boys. So this is, I think, wrong. It should be 19 and 20, that's why. So standard deviation is 20 and boys score is 19. These are the population standard deviation is given. Now we have to apply the two sample z-test formula. This we will apply all those value. After that you will get z-test is equal to 0.05. So what is the null hypothesis? Null hypothesis would be 12th grade exam will get an average score 20 marks more than the boys. This, if we difference the population mean of girls and boys, that should be less than 20. You can say that population mean of girls, we can say that 20 plus UB, we can say that this should be, it means average score 20 marks more than the boys, right? It is more than the boys. So we can write this equation such a way, if we difference the population mean of girls and boys, that should be less than 20 and alternate should be greater than 20. So how we will verify? So for that, alpha value we will calculate by using the Z table. So you will get Z table 1.64. so this is your one tail test. So Z value we are getting this, and our Z test value 0.05, this is your 0.05, this is not coming inside this particular region. So we will accept the null hypothesis. Same way we can calculate the two sample t-test. So for that, the sample should be less than 30 and standard deviation should not be given. We should have the sample standard deviation. So this way we can compare the two data set. Also we can compare the samples belong to that particular population or not. So this type of the problem we can solve by using the z-test and t-test. And for that we can use the one sample z-test or one sample t-test, or we can also use the two sample z-test, two sample t-test. If you have any query or any question, please mention in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching my video. Have a nice day.